welcome you all. Myself Sarita Yadav. Once again, welcome you all to online education statewide lectures held by BMC Education Department. Students, we are going to continue with the subject Science and Technology Part 2 with the lesson Life Process in Living Organisms Part 1. So in today's session, we are going to cover the subtopic meiosis. Okay. But before starting with the next topic, let's have a quick recap of the previous topics. Okay. Hello. Ma'am, is the slide changing?
Yes, yes.
Okay, fine. I'll continue. Okay. So students, in the previous session, we had covered the topic cell division and its type. Now, what was cell division? Do you remember? Cell division, a very important property of the organism. Because of this property, the new organism is formed from the existing one. Multicellular organisms grow up and emaciated body can be restored. Okay. Cell divisions are of two types. What were those two types? Mitosis and meiosis. And then again, we had detailed study about mitosis. Mitosis occurs in somatic cells and stem cells. And mitosis is completed by two steps. And what were the names? Karyokinesis and cytokinesis. What is karyokinesis? It is the nuclear division, whereas cytokinesis is cytoplasmic division. Then further, we studied that karyokinesis is completed through 4 steps or stages, namely prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. And then we had studied about those 4 stages in detail. Okay. Then at the end, we studied about cytokinesis. Then we studied about significance of mitosis. So all these topics were covered during the previous session. So today, in today's session, we are going to further study about meiosis. Okay. Now, what is meiosis? Now, students, see, meiosis is also known as reductional division. Meiosis is also known as reductional division. Now, why? See, meiosis is a type of cell division that reduces the number of chromosomes in the parent cell by half and produces 4 gamete cell. Okay. See, understand students, what happens? The parent cell, suppose one parent cell is there diploid 2n. Okay. In the previous session, we had studied what is diploid. So if the parent cell that is diploid, due to meiosis, it will produce 4 daughter cells. Okay. And all the 4 daughter cells will be haploid. Okay. So I have represented by writing N. Got it? So remember, meiosis, also known as reductional division. Okay. It reduces the number of chromosomes in the parent cell by half and produces 4 daughter cells. 4 daughter cells you can see at the end, which is represented by writing small n. Okay. That is, they are haploid. Okay. So very important. One diploid parent cell produces 4 daughter cells that are haploid. Okay. Next, we are going to see how meiosis is completed. Okay. Now students, meiosis is completed through 2 stages. Meiosis is completed through 2 stages. Okay. Those 2 stages are meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Remember. Okay. So meiosis is completed through 2 stages. And what are the name of the two stages? The name of the two stages are meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Got it? So once again, see, meiosis is completed through two stages, namely meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. In meiosis, further see what happens. In meiosis 1, okay, in meiosis 1, there are further stages. And what are those? Meiosis is completed through, meiosis 1 is completed through 4 stages. What are the names? See, prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, and telophase 1. See, so we are now paying attention on meiosis 1. Okay, meiosis 1 is completed through 4 stages, namely prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, and telophase 1. Then see, prophase 1. What happens? Prophase 1 is further completed through 5 stages. And see the names: leptotene, zygotene, pachytene, diplotene, and dikinesis. Okay, so these are the stages through which prophase 1 is completed: leptotene, zygotene, pachytene, diplotene, and dikinesis. Now students, in your textbook, only diagram is given. The names are not given. It is not given in detail. So just pay attention. What are the stages? Okay. So once again, see, meiosis completed through 2 stages, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Meiosis 1 is completed through 4 stages: prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, and telophase 1. In that, prophase 1, which is the first stage, that is completed through 5 stages: leptotene, zygotene, pachytene, diplotene, and dikinesis. So what happens when cell undergoes meiosis 1? Okay, so first it will undergo prophase 1. In prophase 1, then it will undergo leptotene, zygotene, pachytene, diplotene, dikinesis. After that, it will move on to metaphase 1, then anaphase 1, and then telophase 1. After telophase 1, that cell will undergo cytokinesis 1. Okay, we had studied what is cytokinesis. That is cytoplasmic division. Okay, then after cytokinesis 1, what happens? It will undergo meiosis 2. Okay, so remember, so meiosis 1 is very lengthy phase. After meiosis 1, it will go cytokinesis 1, and then after cytokinesis 1, it will move on to meiosis 2. Okay, now see, meiosis 2 is further completed through 4 stages: prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2, and telophase 2. Got it? So these are the stages through which meiosis 2 is completed. After telophase 2, the cells will undergo cytokinesis 2. Got it? So this is how meiosis is completed. Okay, once again, see, meiosis completed through 2 stages: meiosis 1, meiosis 2. Meiosis 1 again further completed through 4 stages: prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1. Prophase 1 completed through 5 stages: leptotene, zygotene, pachytene, diplotene, and dikinesis. After telophase 1, it will undergo cytokinesis 1, that is cytoplasmic division. Then it will undergo meiosis 2. In meiosis 2, again completed through 4 stages: prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2, telophase 2. And in the end, it is the cytokinesis 2. After the cytokinesis 2, 4 haploid cells, okay, 4 haploid daughter cells will be formed. Now students, just pay attention on this table. Now see, all these stages, prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1, this is what karyokinesis. They are under karyokinesis 1. That means nuclear division is taking place over there. Similarly, karyokinesis, meiosis 2. In meiosis 2, prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2, telophase 2, they are the stages covered under karyokinesis 2. That is nuclear division taking place over there. Okay. Then you have to remember meiosis 1 is the actual reduction division stage. Okay. It is this phase stage where the number of chromosomes are reduced. So that's why it is called, whatever actual reduction is taking place, that is taking place in meiosis 1. Whereas meiosis 2 is same as mitosis. See, in the previous session, we had studied about mitosis. Okay. So meiosis 2 is same as mitosis. Now this table, students, you can take screenshot so that it will be easier for you to revise. Okay. You can take screenshot of this concept map. If you are very well aware with these stages, then meiosis will be very easy to study and understand. Okay. Next, we will move on to the further stages. Now what happens? See, we are going to study about all those stages in detail. Now see, before a dividing cell enters meiosis, what happens? It undergoes a period of growth. Okay. And that is cell interphase. Okay. Cell interphase. Growth period, that is called interphase period. Okay. Called as interphase. So what is interphase period? Interphase is the period of growth where the growth of the cell takes place, nucleolus, chromatin material, it increases. Okay, it multiplies. So that growth period is called as interphase. Next, now we will start with the actual meiosis process. Now what happens during first, okay, which was the first stage? Prophase 1. Okay. Now prophase 1 of meiosis is much longer phase of meiosis. It's a very lengthy process. As I said, prophase 1 is subdivided into 5 stages. Remember the name, students, in order: leptotene, zygotene, pachytene, diplotene, and dikinesis. Got it? So you have to remember, prophase 1 is a very lengthy phase of meiosis. Now we are going to study about each stage. What happens in leptotene? Okay. What changes takes place in zygotene? We are going to study. Now see next one. As we start with the first stage of prophase 1, that was leptotene. Now see the name, leptotene. It is also called as leptonema. Okay, another name is leptonema. Now see, leptotene, what is the meaning? Lepto means thin and teen means thread. So leptotene or leptonema means thin thread. Okay. Now what happens in this period? See, the chromatin material, okay, the chromatin material which is there, what happens? It undergoes condensation. Okay, it undergoes condensation to form thin thread-like structure. Okay, this stage is of very short duration, with characteristic condensation and coiling of the chromosomes. Got it? So what happens in leptotene? The chromatin material undergoes condensation to form chromosomes. Okay. So that's why, as the name suggests, thin thread. That's why the name is leptonema. Because of condensation, thin thread-like structure is formed, which further condense to form chromosomes. Okay. So very easy. That was leptotene. Next one, after leptotene, which is the second stage. The second stage is zygotene. Okay. Also known as zygonema. Now see, understand the meaning. If you know the meaning, it will be easier to study about these stages. The word zygotene means paired threads. Okay. Now what happens in this? During this step, homologous chromosome come near each other and forms a pair. And that pair is called as homologous pair, bivalent, or synapse. So you have to remember what happens during this step. Okay, homologous chromosomes come near each other, as you can see in the diagram. Okay, and this pair is called as homologous pair, bivalent, or synapse. And this process of pairing is called synapsis. What it is called? Synapsis. Got it? Now, similarly, what happens? A structure called synaptonemal complex develops to hold chromosomes in place during this pairing. Now, what happens in this pairs? Okay, they are held together by a structure between them, and that is called as synaptonemal complex. Okay, it holds the chromosome in place during pairing. And then these paired chromosomes are called bivalent chromosomes, as only two arms are visible. So by the name bivalent, you can see two arms are visible. Got it? So after leptotene, zygotene, next move on to the next stage, that is pachytene. Now again, the third stage of prophase 1, that is pachytene, also called as pachinema. See the meaning. Pachy means thick and nema means thread. So pachytene is thick thread. Okay. Now what happens in this? See, during this step, crossing over takes place in which there is exchange of segments between non-sister chromatids of homologous chromosomes. The point of contact between homologous chromosomes is termed as chiasmata. Okay. Now understand. See what happens. So you can see this blue color chromosome. Okay. And this pink color chromosome. This is homologous pair. Okay. Both the two arms of blue chromosome, that is sister chromatid. Pink arm, both the pink arm of pink chromosome are sister chromatid. But see what happens? Crossing over takes place between non-sister. That means one blue arm and the another pink arm. Okay. Here the crossing over takes place. So they are this one blue arm and one pink arm. It is the non-sister chromatids. So here the crossing over takes place. Okay. Where? In non-sister chromatids of homologous chromosomes. And the point where the crossing over is taking place, that is called as chiasmata. Okay, remember the name chiasmata. It is the most important event. Okay, it is the most important event as crossing over is taking place. Okay, now because of crossing over, what happens? Because of crossing over, exchange of genetic material takes place. That means what? Exchange between the paternal and maternal chromosomes takes place. Okay. So genetic material from paternal and maternal chromosome is taking place. That leads to genetic recombination. Okay. And because of genetic recombination, what will happen? Variation. Okay. Variation will be there in the new individual which will be produced. Got it? So this was pachytene. Okay. So after leptotene, zygotene, pachytene, next move on to fourth stage, that is diplotene. Now see again the meaning. Diplotene again also called as diplonema. Diplo means two and nema means thread. Okay. Now what happens in this? See, the nuclear membrane and nucleolus starts disappearing. In the cell, you know, there is nuclear membrane, isn't it? That and the nucleolus, they start disappearing. The non-sister chromatids undergo repulsion after crossing over. See, in the previous stage, we saw crossing over took place, isn't it? So after the crossing over, what happens? It undergoes repulsion. It starts moving away from each other. Centrioles are connected with each other with help of spindle fiber. You can see here, this is the centrioles and spindle fiber is holding them together. Okay. Homologous chromosomes start to separate but remain attached at chiasmata. Now see what happens? They start moving away. Okay. But the point where they are in contact, that is chiasmata. Okay. Here they remain in contact over there. Repulsion of homologous chromosome is called disjunction. As the homologous chromosome are moving, repulsing, that is called disjunction. And these two centrioles, they will start moving to the opposite poles. Okay. If one chiasmata is formed, the bivalent looks like X shape. If two chiasmata is formed, the bivalent looks like cross ring shape. Okay. So this was about diplotene. Next one, that is the last stage of dikinesis, prophase 1. The name is dikinesis. Now see what is dikinesis? It is also called as terminalization. Okay. It is the last phase of prophase 1. See, still we are studying about prophase 1 and its stages. So prophase 1 is a very lengthy phase. Okay. Now what happens in this? Two crossed over non-sister chromatids remain attached at the tip. Nucleolus and nuclear membrane have disappeared, completely disappeared. Centrioles have moved towards opposite poles and are held together by spindle fibers. Okay. And dikinesis is the end of prophase 1. And the cell enters metaphase 1 of meiosis. Got it? So after dikinesis, prophase 1 is completed. And the cell will move on to metaphase 1. Now see what happens in metaphase 1. Okay. In metaphase 1, the homologous chromosomes will arrange themselves in the equatorial plane. You can see in the picture also, they are arranging themselves on an equatorial plane in the middle. Okay. So that's why the name metaphase 1. Now in this stage, chromosomes become more thick and prominent. So you have to remember, okay, as chromosomes are becoming thick and prominent, they can be easily seen. They can be easily seen. So it is the best stage to study about chromosomes. Got it? So metaphase 1. Then spindle fibers are fully developed. You can see spindle fibers, they are fully developed. These are the characteristics of metaphase 1. Okay? By the name you should understand the homologous chromosomes, they are arranging themselves on an equatorial plane. Got it? Next, see after as it began with prophase 1, okay, then it went on to metaphase 1. The next is anaphase 1. Now what happens in anaphase 1, student? This junction of chromosomes takes place. Okay, disjunction means separation. Homologous chromosomes are pulled away from each other. You can see this chromosome is pulled over here, the other part is pulled over here. Okay, so they are pulled away from each other and carried towards opposite poles by the spindle fibers. Got it? Half number of chromosomes start moving towards opposite poles. So suppose if there are 20 chromosomes, what will happen? 10 will move over on this pole and the rest of the 10 will move to the other pole. Got it? So half number of chromosomes start moving towards opposite poles. Chromosomal fiber pulls the chromosome towards opposite poles. You can see the fiber, okay, which it is pulling the chromosome towards opposite poles. Chromosome numbers become half. Okay, so you have to understand it is this stage, anaphase 1, where the number of chromosome is becoming half. Okay, next one, telophase 1. Okay, now in this stage, what happens? Nuclear membrane and nucleolus reappears. Okay, it comes back. Spindle fibers, which were holding the chromosome, they disappear. Chromosomes recoil. Chromosomes will recoil to form once again thread-like structure, that is chromatin material. Two daughter nuclei. Okay, one is this, the other one is this. Two daughter nuclei are formed. Each nuclei will get half number of chromosomes. Here, karyokinesis 1 gets completed. Okay, so this was telophase 1. After karyokinesis 1 is completed, it will undergo now cytoplasmic division. That is cytokinesis 1. Okay. Now what happens in this? Because of cytoplasmic division, two haploid cells are formed. You can see here. Okay. This two will get divided into two haploid cells will be formed after cytokinesis. A notch will be formed at the equatorial plane. You can see this constriction. Okay, this is notch is forming at the equatorial plane, which deepens and gradually two haploid daughter cells are formed. Okay, this two haploid daughter. Now, these two daughter cells are formed. Okay, after cytokinesis 1, two haploid daughter cells are formed. And these two daughter cells each will undergo meiosis 2. Got it? अब जो meiosis 2 होगा ये दोनों cells में होंगे, दोनों daughter cells में होंगे. Okay? So here we completed with meiosis 1. Now what is remaining is meiosis 2. Okay? Now see, before the meiosis 2 begins, okay, meiosis 1 got completed, and before the meiosis 2 gets started, there is a short resting phase, which is called as interkinesis. Okay, meiosis 1 और meiosis 2 के बीच में एक short resting phase होता है, and that short resting phase is called interkinesis. Okay, in interkinesis, no further DNA replication occurs. It is a resting phase. Got it? So keep in mind, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, there is a short resting phase, and that phase is called as interkinesis. Okay, that is called as interkinesis. Then after interkinesis, what begins? Meiosis 2. Meiosis 2 is just like mitosis. Okay. Now what happens in this stage? You remember two haploid daughter cells were formed, isn't it? Two haploid daughter cells of meiosis 1 will undergo division by separation of recombined sister chromatids, and at the end, 4 haploid daughter cells. So meiosis 2 completes. It will result into 4 haploid daughter cells. In this type of cell division, 4 haploid N daughter cells are formed from one diploid to N cell. Okay. During this cell division, crossing over occurs between homologous chromosome and thereby genetic recombination occurs. And because of this genetic recombination, all the 4 daughter cells are genetically different from parent cell and from each other too. Okay. Now see, meiosis 2, as I said in the concept map, it is completed through 4 stages. And what were the names? Prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2, and telophase 2. See, again remember, meiosis is similar like mitosis. Okay. So it's very easy to understand because you have studied about mitosis. See the again stages. Which were the stages? Prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2, telophase 2, and then cytokinesis 2. Okay. Now let us see what happens in those stages. Now we have started with meiosis 2. Okay. Now in meiosis 2, which is the first stage, prophase 2. Prophase 2. Now what happens? See, 2 daughter cells were there, isn't it? So in both the cells, both daughter cells, what will happen? 4 important steps occur. What are those? See, first is condensing of chromatin into chromosomes. That means chromosomes will be formed. Disintegration of nuclear envelope. The nuclear membrane which is there, it starts disappearing. Okay. Then migration of centrosomes to either pole. So the centrioles which are there, they will start to migrate to the either pole. And then reconstruction of spindle apparatus. Spindle fiber will be start forming. Okay. So these are the important steps occurring in prophase 2. After prophase 2, what happens? It will move on to metaphase 2. Now see, metaphase 2 is what? Second stage in meiosis 2. Now what happens in this? Condensation of chromosomes further, okay, and movement of centrosomes to polar region, and the chromosomes align themselves along the metaphase plate, okay, with the formation of spindle fiber. You can see where is the position of chromosome. Okay, it is along the metaphase, that is equatorial plane, okay, in the center of each cell, same like mitosis. And the spindle fibers are now attached to the 2 connectores connected in centromere of each chromosome. Okay, so that was metaphase 2. Next stage is anaphase 2. Now what happens in this? Okay, after the chromosomes are aligned in the center, anaphase 2 begins. It is the third stage in meiosis 2. Anaphase 2 is the stage when sister chromatids, okay, of every chromosome separate and they begin to move towards opposite pole. Got it? See the chromosomes, you can see they will separate, okay, and the sister chromatids will start moving towards opposite poles. The separation and movement of the sister chromatid is due to shortening of connectores microtubules. Okay, you can see here microtubules are also there, which are holding them. That was anaphase 2. The next stage is telophase 2. Now what happens in telophase 2? Nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane will start appearing. Okay, nucleolus will come back, spindle fiber will disappear, and chromosomes will recoil to form chromatin material. Got it? So now you can see, okay, what will happen? How many cells are here? 4. Okay, but still they are attached, they are not separated. Okay, then after the telophase 2, what will begin? cytokinesis 2. Now in cytokinesis 2, see what happens. You can see here. The cytokinesis will split the chromosome sets into the new cell, forming the final products of the meiosis. It will see, you can see a notch will be formed. It will start deepening and then it will separate the cells. And after the cytokinesis, this will divide into 2 and this cell will divide into 2. So total how many cells are formed? 4 haploid cells are formed after cytokinesis 2. Okay. Now what is the importance of meiosis, students? Why meiosis is important? See, it produces haploid gametes for sexual reproduction. Secondly, half number of chromosomes is present in daughter cells. Thirdly, it maintains constant number of chromosomes in species. Then genetic recombination occurs due to crossing over. And because of genetic recombination, what happens? It leads to variation and evolution. Got it? So these are the important points of meiosis. This is the significance of meiosis, that why meiosis is important. Next one. See, as we have now studied about mitosis and meiosis. So very important question can be asked. Distinguish between mitosis and meiosis, or explain the difference between mitosis and meiosis. Now what happens in mitosis? Let us quickly go through the difference between them. First point, in mitosis, the chromosome number does not change. Diploid cells remain diploid without change. Whereas in meiosis, the chromosome number is reduced to half. The diploid cells become haploid. Okay. Mitosis, one cell give rise to 2 daughter cells. Meiosis, one cell give rise to 4 daughter cells. Karyokinesis of mitosis has 4 stages. And what were the name? Prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. Whereas meiosis has 2 major stages, namely meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Each is further subdivided into prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase 2. Then prophase of mitosis is not lengthy, but in meiosis, prophase of meiosis 1 is very lengthy. We have seen the 5 stages. Remember, leptotene, zygotene, all those stages. Then in mitosis, genetic recombination does not happen as there is no crossing over. But in meiosis, genetic recombination takes place in homologous chromosome as there is crossing over during prophase 1. Got it? See, these are the 5 points. More points are there. See, mitosis is essential for growth and development. Meiosis is essential for what? For formation of gametes in sexual reproduction. Okay. Mitosis takes place in somatic cells and stem cells, even in germinal cells, whereas meiosis takes place only in germinal cell, that is germ cells. It does not take place in somatic cells. Okay, these are the few points of difference between mitosis and meiosis. And students, here we have completed our today's topic of meiosis. Let's go with some objective type question based on meiosis. Okay, so if you know the answer, you can unmute yourself and give the answer. Okay, see the first question. The condensation of chromosomes is observed in dash prophase 1, anaphase 1, metaphase 1, and none of the above. Students, if you know the answer, unmute yourself.
Teacher, can I say Shravan Chaurasia?
Yes, say.
Teacher, the condensation of chromosome is observed in prophase 1.
Yes, very good. Correct answer. Okay, the condensation of chromosome is observed in prophase 1. Next one, see, dash is a form of cell division which results in the creation of gametes or sex cells. Mitosis, meiosis, budding, none of the above. Anyone, students? See, gametes or sex cells are formed in which type of cell division?
Teacher, mitosis.
नहीं, माइटोसिस नहीं. सी, माइटोसिस तो सोमैटिक सेल्स में होते हैं. यहाँ पे हम किसकी बात कर रहे हैं? गैमेट सेल्स.
Meiosis है teacher.
Yes, meiosis. Very good. The correct answer is meiosis.
Yes.
Third one, see. The stage which serve as a connecting link between meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. See, meiosis
Hello, good
1.
morning, ma'am. Can I answer?
Yes.
Ma'am, interkinesis.
Yes, very good. Interkinesis. See, after meiosis 1 and meiosis 2 के बीच में एक short resting phase होता है. That is called as interkinesis. Next one, see. Chromosome structure can be best observed during which stage? Anaphase, metaphase, prophase, telophase. कौन से स्टेज में क्रोमोसोम्स बेस्ट रहते हैं, प्रोमिनेंट रहते हैं, हम अच्छे से स्टडी कर सकते हैं? Which phase? Anyone?
Anaphase.
नहीं, एनाफेज नहीं. Anyone else? The best chromosome structure study करने के लिए best phase है metaphase. Okay, so the correct answer is metaphase. Next, see, synapses is defined as the pairing of dash chromosomes. You remember crossing over takes place. So which type of chromosomes? Homologous, any, acentric, non-homologous. क्या हो सकता है आंसर? क्रॉसिंग ओवर होता है, एक्सचेंज ऑफ जेनेटिक मटेरियल होता है बिटवीन द क्रोमोसोम्स. तो वो कौन से टाइप ऑफ क्रोमोसोम्स के बीच में होता है? होमोलोगस, एनी, असेंट्रिक, नॉन होमोलोगस. यस,
Homologous.
yes, very good. The correct answer is homologous. Okay, now students, if you have any doubt, you can ask.
Students, if you're having doubts, then only raise your hands. Otherwise, lower your hands. Farhan Khan, you're having doubt?
No.
Yes, if you have any doubt, ask.
Ravi Gupta, you're raising your hand.
No teacher, no doubt.
Then lower your hands. Ma'am, no one is having the doubts.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, students.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, students.